Marjolaine, I'm so glad you're here and that we were going to talk about junk journals because I don't know a seamstress or a crafter or a designer who doesn't keep even an inch by inch square of something, fabric or whatever it is. And is that really the concept behind what you call a junk journal?
I think for me it started because I was trying to show people that you can create art on a low budget.
Oh, uh-huh.
And you don't have to have a lot of money. You can use products you have on hand. It started with that, but then I started incorporating all the lovely bits and pieces that you mentioned into the projects.
Well, and you have really brought some, I wouldn't call these junk journals, but I understand what your concept is. This is actually a purchase journal, and sometimes you can buy, 3 for a certain amount and have them on hand. But you design the front and the back of this, corrugated paper and just some little odds and ends.
That's right.
Uh-huh.
And over here I found an old recipe book, an old Italian recipe book in a yard sale for maybe a quarter. And I'm going to use that as a junk journal.
And so you've added to the front of it, obviously, and
right.
Are working your way through the pages. Now, this one uses paper bags, and I know I always have lots of paper bags.
That's right.
Or this is just craft paper, but you could use the paper bags, couldn't you?
Those are paper bags
Are they?
that I cut in half.
Oh, you cut them in half? Oh, great. Yeah, I see.
Really decorated this one yet, but very easy, made with the I love corrugated cardboard.
Oh, I can see.
So much.
And a piece of a doily and some little tags.
That's right.
And one thing I've noticed about several projects that you've showed me before, you use very inexpensive ways to bind them. We don't have to have a binding machine or anything that we'd spend money on. This one I love just because it's so thick. And again, it's your favorite, corrugated cardboard.
And I've also used the paper bags for this one as well.
And they're so good to hold things.
Right, well this one was for a 52-week study that I started, so the study pages are going in the pockets.
I
as
see.
I finish them, so I only have a few pages done in the beginning.
And this is just a thick twine
That's right.
cord?
And so this is, when you buy jeans, sometimes there'll be like a cool tag on them, and I keep the tag, and you can do art on there.
Music sheets?
Music sheets, wrapping paper that I had left over.
And I know you said you got the cookbook at a garage sale. Like I've seen lots of projects like this done with dictionary pages, and I do have a dictionary, believe it or not. I still find use for it, but I certainly would never tear it up or, cut up pieces. But if I found one at a sale for a quarter, that makes a really nice background for things.
Right.
Well, this to me is a real work of art, but we'll call it junk if that's what it's supposed to be.
This is a napkin that I've used in the background there.
And is that just put on with gesso or?
I used like
what?
a gel medium or Mod Podge or something like that.
Okay. Stenciling.
So these are ready to journal and paint on. So these are just the beginning layers, and then I would just kind of add on top of that.
And it would be easy to come back to because you don't have to come back and finish this page. If you're now in the mood to work on the one that was in browns,
that's right.
You could do that.
Exactly.
So this could be an ongoing project for years and years. So how do you recommend getting started?
Well, today I'm just going to show you a real simple way to do a little journal like this one.
Okay.
So I've got the corrugated cardboard cut down to size, and then I put 3 holes.
Okay.
And I'm just going to tie that up later. And I love to expose the middle.
That's how you get this.
It looks rugged and grungy, and that's what I like. So
well, there's a whole work of art called grunge art, isn't there?
I won't bore you with that. I've done one already.
Oh, But you left some on it. That's
some
a
on.
nice effect.
And then I would use some gesso and just add a bit of color. And I wouldn't cover the whole thing because I love to have the corrugated cardboard exposed.
So after we let the gesso completely dry, then we add the color.
That's right. And it doesn't have to be complicated because this is messy and grungy. And you can add more than one color.
I like that you don't have to clean the paintbrush in between times too. I'm bad at that.
And once this is dry, then you can start decorating the top. And so here I've got a doily that I'm going to add, and I love layers.
Oh,
Things about the layers.
Now this is a craft glue. Could you also put it on with gesso again? Or would you
I don't
not?
think if it's heavy, if it's a heavier item, you want a better
You want a
adhesive.
glue, okay.
So this is a Tombow liquid adhesive,
Uh-huh.
and then I might layer a tag on. So I've already painted the tag.
Stamped it, looks like.
Stamped it.
Uh-huh.
And you can add little tags. And I should not put it backwards because my hole's already punched.
Oh, that's right. You've got your holes up over here.
And here, what I've done, I've taken just paper bags, folded them in half, and I punched holes in them. And because I love office supplies, I put these little reinforcements. It also helps so the bag doesn't rip.
Well, that's true too.
And so these will be my main pages, and then I've got some piece of scrapbook paper that I could add in there, and some tags.
It's going through my mind right now, all those things that I've been saving and really didn't have any idea what I'd do with them other than save other things with it.
Exactly.
But this is a great way to make use of those.
And you can add some envelopes.
Uh-huh.
And put that in there as well. And put it all together, and then I would have painted the back as well.
That would be the back cover. Uh-huh.
And then I would just use some of this jute twine
Uh-huh.
and just fish it through all the holes.
Is that the most challenging part?
It can be.
It can be.
I'm not going to do this part on TV, but as
Okay.
you can see, I did it over here.
So again, if you've got some leftover string or twine or yarn or whatever, we could use
That's right. You
that
can
for
use
it.
ribbon.
Uh-huh.
It's a very inexpensive way of making your journal.
And do you ever start with this idea in mind and then it's totally taken on a life of its own as you've worked through it?
Usually in every project it goes like that.
Uh-huh. Something inspires you, I guess, to do just a little bit more.
That's right.
Well, it's nice to know even things that we might think are junk would actually be things that somebody else would treasure. And are there groups like on Facebook that this is their thing?
Absolutely.
Junk
I
journals.
follow a lot of pages that are all about junk journals, and some are very elaborate and very expensive. They use in newer products. Others use cereal boxes to make their journals, and it's all really recycled materials.
I kind of like that concept.
I like both. You know, this particular journal was given to me, and I had really no use for it. So I thought, well, if I turn it into a piece of art, then I'll be more likely to use it.
Or it'll make a nice gift then to re-gift it.
That's right.
Well, these are really good ideas, and I think everybody saves things that they don't have any idea what they could use them for, and now you've given us several. Thank you.
Right. Thanks for having me.